Hello everybody, my name is Iceman of SC, coming to you live with my World at War board game. And I'm looking at the Axis Dilemma right now. It is actually summer 1940, about to be fall. It's the midterm between the Axis and the Allies. The Allies are about to move, but the dilemma I'm looking at here is the Eastern Front. As you can see, the line is pretty thin, and Germany could attack and get good ways into Russia at this point. If they do, they would attack this Russian armor right here, create the breakthrough hex, move armor up here, isolate the Baltic states, send armor here to get Smolensk, and armor around the swamp to attack Kiev, which would make a huge breakthrough. They would move the Hungarian units in here to Romania, so the Russians can't do a quickie breakthrough and knock out Romania early on. The problem is that the next turn is the fall, and then the next turn, which would be the breakout turn. The turn after that would be winter. Now, there's a couple of drawbacks. Of course, you know the winter restrictions. They've already researched one winter preparation, but again, it's the first winter. However, they won't have too much in Russia. But the real big problem is that after that is the spring, which is mud. So there'll be 2 turns after the initial attack where they won't be able to launch a full-on offensive with exploding armor and breakthroughs. But, however, not having a lot in Russia to be affected by the Russian winter, they would still get the bonus for winter preparation, having been one winter in Russia. And so when they really come to hit Russia again in the summer of next year, they'll have a larger force. They'll already be part of the way in, and they'll already have at least 1 turn spent on winter conditions. The other option we're looking at is to swing the armor south through Yugoslavia to Greece and on into Turkey. Well, why do you say you should do that? Well, you got the oil fields down here, which I know the one oil field they can't draw oil from, but they got oil here in Mosul, and then they could turn up into the Caucasus and grab the oil fields here, denying Russia those oil fields. That would be huge. And now that I think about it, that might be the way to go. Because the early war, even though we would get the initial gains here and here, it would drive up the U.S. tension level, which I know a declaration of war on Turkey would be saying, but if we could go through Turkey and snag those oil fields on the initial Russian attack, then it would be a lot more crippling. It gives us time to build more forces and launch a proper attack. Over in the Pacific, the dilemma here is in Siberia. Now we look at all these forces in the Manchurian garrison that we require to have there to offset the Russians. And I keep thinking, if we attacked Vladivostok, took it out, not only is it 10 BRPs, but if we could knock these forces out in a couple of turns, then it frees up all this to come over here. And the goal over here is to create a line of hexes for strategic redeployment into the Southeast Asia region, which the ultimate goal is to go west into India. India is going to be the primary target for Japan this game. Thought about Australia, but in the past when I was playing Rising Sun in Third Reich, India to me was always seemed a little bit easier to target. And by that time, as Japan makes its way through here, that gives Germany a time to make their way through Turkey, and then when they do begin the attack on the Soviet Union, Japan will be able to harass Britain by attacking India. So, just a dilemma. Let me know what you think in the comments. What would you do? If you're a gamer, if you play this game, the game's called World at War. It's the remake of the old Third Reich, Advanced Third Reich, and Empire of the Rising Sun, which came out in the 90s. I actually go a little bit further back. I played Rise and Decline of Third Reich back in the 80s with my friends. which I do like the newer versions better. But leave me a comment, let me know what you would do.